think the best way to begin maybe is to give a bit of background on the stones themselves with which I've worked, and the pieces that are somehow the protagonists of the work. So this one, the one in the hallway and the ones downstairs, they all belong to this chapel that got dismantled, the new Zijkapel. I found out through my interest in fragments and ruins and these questions of monumentality and how do we decide at certain moments what becomes a monument and what stays rubble and ruin somehow. So where do we place this value? I've encountered this deposit in Amsterdam, which is part, I think, of the Stadsarchief, and they have a gigantic warehouse where they keep just incredible fragments of buildings that have been torn down. But yeah, when I got them, I started thinking about how they exist in this deposit as fragments, so as proof of something that used to be. But at the end of the day, they are parts of a building. They are architectural, structural pieces. I really wanted to work with the architecture of the Rietveld Academie, being a monument in itself. And I thought, how can this bigger monument hold these smaller fragments? The structures also just really depend on what the building could give. I had to find really in each room and in each part exactly what was there that I could use. So the bolts in that case, and for the structure in the hallway, it just exactly fits into the space in between the vitrine, and the weight of the stone holds it down, and then a hole for a cable that used to be there before me. It all becomes part of the work. This is one of the first stones I got from the deposits. And I asked one of the very nice people that works there, what is the criteria to choose then certain smaller fragments out of a whole street that gets torn down? Then why do we decide, okay, this part we will take and this one we will not, and from now on this is a monument? The most likely option for which this was kept is because it has these small holes. For me, in my mind, I associated the shape to what is called a fence foot. So when you have construction sites or a concert or something and you put these fences in these concrete or rubber fence feet. And I just had to think a lot about this object, which in our days has no value, neither materially speaking, neither conceptually speaking, but at the end has the same function that this would have had, so to hold something in place. Therefore, I decided to look for one of these pieces, and I casted it in glass. Glass is associated to something precious and also something, just shiny and just very special in a way. Just questioning a bit, the value we give to things and how we choose to give that, and also noticing how hard it is once we've decided that something has a value, how it is, very hard to take that value off. The two pieces in the basement are the biggest stones, let's say, of the group from the new Zijkapel that I got. And although this is in the basement, so way further below, I found it important that it could still be connected to the pieces upstairs, and then also through it being hooked to this crane, I wanted to create that tension of the question of whether it will be lifted or if it just arrived or where is it going, and kind of mimic the movements that these stones have been making through time in a way, and how they've been stopped and then moved and then settled somewhere, and then it's just slowly shifting, and I wanted to have the same thing somehow.